The Indian economy owes a major part of its growth to the 47 billion micro, small and medium enterprises (MSMEs) that provide employment to more than 100 million people. MSMEs help in industrialization and assure more equitable distribution of wealth, thus alleviating poverty. MSMEs in India contribute significantly to output, employment and exports. But on the flip side, they have also led to increased pollution, excessive energy consumption and creation of adverse social implications for adjacent communities.
We did a study and we found that there are around 11 sectors where there is need for both energy savings and also need for promoting occupational health and safety and better working conditions for the laborers. Foundry was one of these sectors, and as you know, foundry is the backbone of the industry.
There are around 5,500 registered foundry enterprises in India that are clustered in 47 urban locations. India ranks third in the world as a producer of various grades of castings. 90% of these foundries are micro and small enterprises, which often use obsolete and inefficient melting technology. The solution was to scale up the implementation levels and build upon several small initiatives taken in the past. This is en route towards achieving the national target of 20 to 25% reduction in emission intensity of GDP by 2020. So, a group of 6 institutions with the Foundation for MSME Clusters (FMC) in the lead undertook a European Union funded project scaling up sustainable development of MSME clusters in India. The 4 foundry clusters are located in Ludhiana, Jalandhar, Batala, Phagwara in Punjab, Jaipur and Ajmer cluster in Rajasthan and Howrah cluster in West Bengal, covering almost 20% of the entire foundry subsector in the country.
A unique contribution of this project has been on how various national and international agencies can work towards sustainable MSMEs. GIZ through BMO capacity building, GRI through change by measurement, IICA through policy connections, SIDBI by way of sustainable financing, and UNIDO through replication of lessons at the international level. And what we are very happy also is that how CSR funding can be brought in and channelized to such developmental projects for scaling up and replicating similar work even beyond the duration of such kind of projects.
The project was undertaken to demonstrate scaling up replication of energy-efficient technologies, adoption of occupational health and safety practices, cluster sustainability and strengthening of BMOs, inducing change through measurement and aggregate reporting, sustainable financing among similar enterprises co-located in clusters, and creating a conducive policy environment. This work package is at the heart of the project as it focuses on facilitating structural changes within at least 500 foundry enterprises. These enterprises, among other things, have benefited from the introduction and adoption of the technology called Divided Blast Cupola (DBC). This has led to reduced coke usage by an average of 25%, hence positively impacting the environment with a return on investment between 12 to 18 months.
डीबीसी लगाने के बाद इंडक्शन की कॉस्ट से हमको जो डीबीसी की कॉस्ट है बहुत कम पड़ने लगी। एफएमसी के आने के बाद 30% तक कोक की सेविंग हुई हमारी।
मेरे यहाँ डीबीसी कपोला फर्नेस है और इससे कोक सेविंग बहुत बढ़िया होती है। पहले लगभग 15% पे हम लोग मेल्टिंग करते थे, अभी हम 9% पे करते हैं, जिससे हमें 6% कोक की सेविंग हुई है और क्वालिटी भी बहुत बढ़िया बनती है इससे।
सिंगल ब्लास्ट जो कुपला है वो सस्ता है, डबल ब्लास्ट कुपला महंगा है, लेकिन महंगा कुपला लगाने से जो कोला बचता है उसको वहीं पर आ जाता है काम, उसको सस्ता डबल ब्लास्ट ही पड़ता है क्योंकि हर महीने उसकी कोला कुछ ना कुछ बचाती है।
Capital-intensive technology upgradation is not always feasible or desired by the MSME owners. Several enterprises prefer simple operational or small retrofitting changes with little capital costs, which may have far more scope for energy efficiency. Under the project, 80% of the targeted enterprises achieved similar amount of energy savings by adopting smaller changes through customized technical support.
डीबीसी के डिज़ाइन किए थे, हमने एसबीसी में ही ऑल्ट्रेशन किया, एफएमसी से नो हाउ भी ली, हमने टेक्निकल नो हाउ एफएमसी से भी ली। हमने हमारी एसबीसी को इस तरह से डिज़ाइन किया कि वो आज डीबीसी से ज़्यादा बेटर आउटपुट दे रही है। जो कोयला हमारे पहले 12% लगता था, वो अब कोयला 9% पे चल रहा है और उससे कोक सेविंग हो रही है, एनर्जी सेविंग हो रही है हमारे को।
I have started working with the FMC a couple of years ago when the FMC has come to our city Fagwara for the betterment of foundries and making the current foundry practices more efficient. So in order to reduce the consumption of coals and other materials and make the small scale industry more competitive.
Exposure visits to successful examples gives the skeptic entrepreneurs confidence as potential change adopters. A visual demonstration in the neighborhood, a positive word from the production supervisor or from the trusted industry leader is quite often more effective than only seminars and regulatory enforcements.
यूरोपियन यूनियन के एफएमसी के साथ हम बटाला से तकरीबन 29 लोग जो हैं वो गए थे, हम कुछ राजस्थान से थे, तो हम कोयम्बटूर गए थे। वहाँ पे हमने बसंती फाउंड्री के बारे में इन्होंने हमें विज़िट करवाई वहाँ पे, जहाँ पे हमने देखा कि कैसे डिवाइडिंग ब्लास्ट कुपला पे मेल्टिंग जो है वो बहुत बढ़िया और कैसे टेम्परेचर उसमें आ रहा था। तो वो हमने देखा वहाँ पे हमने कैसे वो मोल्ड बनाते हैं ग्रीन सैंड के साथ, तो कोर भी जो हैं वो सभी कोर शूट से बनाते हैं, वो सभी कुछ हमने देख के वहाँ से तो उनकी क्वालिटी देखी जिससे हम बहुत ज़्यादा इम्प्रेस हुए।
Foundry workers, as in other energy-intensive sectors, are exposed to a unique collection of environmental challenges including noise, heat, vibrations, dust, gases, acids and other pollutants. Improved occupational health and safety practices linked with visible savings were introduced to the MSMEs. Provision of equipments, which includes personal protective equipments, trolleys for movement of goods, setting of coal charging equipment and first aid boxes were also distributed. The project therefore targeted business care and conscience of the owners to spread goodwill among their employees.
इससे हमारे हेल्थ चेकअप हुआ था, एक डॉक्टर की टीम आई थी जिन्होंने हमारे सारे वर्कर को चेक किया और उनको काफ़ी सारी जानकारियाँ दी हेल्थ के बारे में, प्लस उन्होंने योगा एंड एक्सरसाइज हमको बहुत बढ़िया सिखाया जो आज तक मैं और मेरे वर्कर कर रहे हैं और उससे हम अपने आप को बहुत फिट महसूस कर रहे हैं और काफ़ी हेल्थ में भी सुधार हुआ है।
हमारी इंडस्ट्री को ग्रो करने के लिए वर्कर के लिए हम क्या बेनिफिट्स कर सकते हैं, वर्कर के लिए क्या हम बेटर कर सकते हैं, जिसके बारे में हम बहुत कम सोच पाते थे। ये एक हमारी बहुत बड़ी कमी थी, हम इतने सोच नहीं पाते थे, लेकिन इन्होंने हमको अवेयर किया कि अगर वर्कर सही है, वर्कर इज़ राइट, वर्कर इज़ हेल्दी, देन वी विल ग्रो फास्ट। तो इन्होंने हमारे को वर्कर की हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, इमीडिएट कोई भी तरह की उसको प्रॉब्लम होती है तो उसको रिलीफ, इसके लिए इन्होंने हमको इंसिस्ट किया, हमने उसको फॉलो किया एंड वी फील दैट एज ऑन टुडे माई वर्कर very happy in my unit and other units.
We started working in the area of OHS, and after the complete intervention, we started addressing the sustainability part of this activity. And herein, we tried to institutionalize these activities by roping in local institutions, local practitioners, and a few of the companies which were eager to come forward with their CSR activities. And there was a case wherein Yes Bank came forward to co-fund our activities.
So there are three things that we do as far as occupational health and safety for the workers is concerned. First one being health camps. So organizing medical interventions for them so that they remain healthy and they are able to come to work. That's the first one. Second one is where through first aid kits and personal protective equipment they are provided so that they can protect themselves from the work conditions. And the third is providing clean, safe drinking water, because we believe that clean, safe drinking water keeps you at work, therefore providing livelihood security to the workers.
Lack of social security often leads to a poverty trap for the MSME workers. The project worked towards providing social security to the foundry workers by identifying the most relevant insurance product suitable for them. The workers and the owners contributed towards the premium. This is in line with the various insurance schemes launched by the Government of India.
It is a scheme which was introduced by FMC so that we can insure every labor in our plant at very reasonable cost. It's around 200 rupees में हम पूरे लेबर को 1 लाख रुपीस का बेनिफिट पूरे ईयर दे देते हैं. उसमें से भी हमने लेबर से 100 रुपीस ही चार्ज करें, 100 रुपीस प्लांट ओनर ने दिए हैं. But it is very necessary for the labor also and for the plant owner also कि जो भी इंश्योरेंस है now every one is insured in a plant.
माइक्रो इंश्योरेंस के रिगार्डिंग जो है वो वर्कर्स को एफएमसी की तरफ से इंश्योरेंस की पॉलिसीज़ करवाई गई. जो भी है 1 लाख रुपीस की इंश्योरेंस कवर्ड थी उसमें, और 30,000 की जो इंश्योरेंस थी वो डिजीज़ के रिगार्डिंग थी. और ये वर्कर्स उसमें पाने के बाद बहुत ही खुश थे, और इसका कोई ज़्यादा खर्च नहीं था. 150-160 रुपीज़ था पर हेड, और वो इतना तो फाउंड्री ऑनर हम लोगों ने ही बेयर कर दिया कि ठीक है यार, वर्कर्स इसमें और प्रसन्न हो गए.
Inadequate collection, recycling and uncontrolled disposal of waste into landfillings can lead to severe hazards and environmental pollution. Waste of one can be the resource for another industry. This industrial symbiosis can help realize circular economy, a system that is restorative or regenerative by intention and design.
We have a situation currently within India where large industry is able to utilize industrial residues, most notably the cement industry, which looks at residues as an alternate fuel. However, the effort in the MSME sector is relatively new. We believe that the MSME sector can effectively utilize a lot of waste streams for nation building and reconstruction of our infrastructure.
Almost 500,000 tons of slag and 6 billion tons of burnt sand from foundries are used for landfilling. The project, in collaboration with Development Alternatives, a leading technical institution, has demonstrated the reuse of this waste for making paver and pavement blocks in the construction industry, giving the MSMEs an exposure for conversion of the waste as a commercial viable product.
So the most important thing is the basic advantage with this technology that we have developed is you can use your existing infrastructure to produce this kind of building materials, and with all of these rules and regulations coming into not using natural resources, you can even use waste materials to give you a material which is, or a product which is equivalent at quality and at price even. Whatever technologies that you tell, whatever technologies that you present, seeing is believing. So whatever things that we had done in the research, we carry it ours with them and show them that actually this is the kind of product that you will be getting. Not only that, we collect their waste materials and produce those products and then show it to them that, see, this is the kind of product.
A large number of MSMEs are represented by their local industry associations or business membership organizations, BMOs, that are best suited to promote this concept of sustainable consumption and production, SCP. A very few of the BMOs in India have an office and staff to undertake meaningful development measures. Capacity building of BMOs is the route to overcome these challenges. The project enables BMOs to provide the much needed SCP services to MSMEs.
BMOs are the pillar of sustainability in a cluster development program. FMC's relationship BMO is based on trust and mutual learning. When we go to the cluster, we give results at the farm level. We take these results and go to the BMO, and we request the BMO to upscale it. If they're satisfied, they do it, and it has been done in this program.
Ajmer Foundry Association, under the banner of Ajmer Jilla Laghu Udyog Sangh, They are doing well, they are very cooperative, they are very much enthusiastic in implementing the gainful ideas as far as the technology, productivity, quality and the enhancement of their industrial things are there.
टाइम टू टाइम एनर्जी सेविंग के ऊपर, आपस में ट्रस्ट बिल्डिंग के ऊपर, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग के ऊपर ये सारा काम किया है। रेगुलर हम MSME जो DI है यहाँ पर लुधियाना में, उनके साथ GM DIC के साथ, ऑफिस के साथ मिलके तो हम ये छोटे छोटे सेमिनार करते रहते हैं, आपस में बैठते रहते हैं। हेल्थ के ऊपर हमने किया, फाउंडेशन वालों ने हमें बहुत सी हेल्प की है।
The soft interventions are going on and they are contributing a very well their role as an expertise in conducting these soft interventions in a very healthy and a very systematic way. So we are very much satisfied about their performance.
In order to recognize the BMOs that have gone beyond economic development to support MSMEs, improve the environment and social aspects of doing business, the first ever award for responsible BMOs in India was organized and institutionalized on an annual basis. This helped to spread awareness among more than 1,000 BMOs, and 129 of them actively participated, highlighting their achievements in energy efficiency, common treatment plants, OHS measures, gender equity and many more.
हम लोगों ने जो राष्ट्रीय स्तर पे एक BMO अवार्ड जो FMC ने घोषित किया था, उसके अंदर अजमेर जिला लघु उद्योग संघ ने अपना पार्टिसिपेंट उसमें किया। बाद में दिल्ली के अंदर एक बहुत हाई लेवल की जूरी के समक्ष हम लोगों का प्रेजेंटेशन भी दिया, हम लोगों ने किस किस तरह से हम लोगों ने काम किया और उसको सराहा गया, और न केवल सराहा गया बल्कि राष्ट्रीय स्तर पे उसको मान्यता मिली और हमको अवार्ड से नवाजा गया।
So the various initiatives that we're undertaking with BMOs in terms of building their capacity, like the training programs, like the workshops, exposure visits, international forums provided, the toolkits developed, the training modules prepared, I think they are in a much better position now to sustain themselves. This is evident from their revenues, which has increased considerably, and now they're in a position to sustain their activities beyond the project duration as well.
It is estimated that 90% of the MSMEs do not keep any financial and other records. This also applies to SCP. It is important that MSMEs can identify the most significant economic, environmental and social impacts of their activities and be aware of the risks associated. Small enterprises, however, are either unaware or do not have the competence to identify the challenges, measure, document and report. The concept of aggregate reporting is about measuring, managing and bringing sustainable change. Through this project, Global Reporting Initiative GRI piloted cluster-level reporting and managing impacts through it.
This is an exploration, and therefore I feel that the exploration should lead to an innovative model by imbibing sustainability in the way that water, energy, waste, safe workplace conditions arise out of this practice.
GRI आने से हमने हर चीज़ को मेज़र करना सीखा है, हर चीज़ को वेट करते हैं, उससे हमें पता चला, पहले हमें पता नहीं चलता था हम लोग को कितना कंज्यूम कर रहे हैं, पूरा मेज़र करते हैं, हर चीज़ को ढंग से और सिस्टमेटिक ढंग से काम कर रहे हैं, जिससे हमारा प्रोडक्शन भी बढ़ा है, पोल्यूशन भी घटा है, क्वालिटी भी सुधरी है और हर तरह से बढ़िया चल रहा है, जिसके लिए GRI को धन्यवाद है।
We saw a great transformation in the unit owners' perspectives about sustainability reporting and then aggregate reporting. I think we all learned together the ability to listen to each other. I think that's a great transformation that we could see happening. From GRI side, we could understand about their challenges and difficulties, and then we looked at how sustainability can be integrated into their businesses. This brought in an awareness that sustainability is not anti-business, but it is pro-business, and sustainability is not about short-term gains, but really about long-term business growth.
According to RBI report, 92% of the MSMEs do not have access to institutional finance. Availability of finance for undertaking sustainable measures is still scarce. The challenges are multifold. The borrowers have problems such as lack of documentation, collateral security to offer, and lack of familiarity with the process. The banks also design standard financial products to reduce their transaction cost. The project, together with SIDBI, a leading national financing institution for MSMEs, has capacitated BMOs and other intermediaries to build awareness on how to access formal credit. This included helping MSMEs build their documentation records, ensure linkages with local banks, provide access to public schemes of assistance with the help of financial consultants.
The main focus of the program was to enhance the flow of credit to these foundries, to have better manufacturing practices, to have more energy efficient systems and processes. We have conducted a lot of programs, had one-to-one interactions, had energy audits, which has helped them to understand the need that they have to modernize their factories and facilities, and a lot of proposals have received by the banking sector, which is very encouraging.
Foundry persons also face problem regarding finance, and FMC persons help us for this also. They bring the SIDBI manager with themselves in our office for regarding any loan or any OD limits or any type of finance we want.
FMC people are taking proper care of the industry people. They are moving here in industrial areas in Phagwara. They are organizing meetings and workshops, and they are inviting bankers, and we do go there and attend to the queries that the industry people are raising against us.
MSMEs have always been on the priority of the government, that has instituted several promotional and regulatory measures to mitigate the social and environmentally adverse impact. The project provides a repository of experiences in the form of case studies, learning documents, videos, and analytical papers, providing inputs for strengthening the policy framework through dialogue and dissemination.
It brings together the results of all of the work packages and puts them forth for policy design and implementation. And as we know that remains a huge problem in India, where streamlining of policies is incredibly important but doesn't really happen. So this project actually is now in touch with different and relevant ministries which can have an impact on MSME growth. For example, not only the Ministry of Small Scale Enterprises, not only the Ministry of MSMEs, but also the Ministry of Environment and Forest, also Ministry of Corporate Affairs, a Bureau of Energy Efficiency, for example, DRPP, for example, to get them to see the evidence that is available on the ground and to streamline their processes, their schemes together for MSME growth in a responsible manner in the country.
Knowledge sharing about scaling up of SCP has been undertaken at various platforms regionally, nationally, and internationally. Scaling up sustainable development among MSMEs requires design and implement integrated national programs, building capacities of existing and new BMOs, ensuring sustainable financing to MSMEs.
India has 47 million enterprises, and they are together employing more than 100 million people. The point is, how do you ensure that the sustainable production and consumption techniques are imbibed in such a large number? This is certainly feasible only through a scaling up methodology. In the past, many of the projects have essentially reached out to fewer numbers. This project has demonstrated how one can essentially stimulate the local ecosystem through banks, financial institutions, local BMOs, hospitals, and many other service providers to connect the various dots and scale up the entire work.
The project's integrated approach enhances relevant knowledge and skills at local and regional levels and strengthens supporting institutional structures together with fostering market-driven incentive structures and by enabling policy framework. This ensures the sustainability and replication of the project's interventions beyond the project, scaling up sustainable development of MSME clusters in India.